sounds fair, but what's going on? Did I just kill the score?
The stream is restarting because we had some delays happening. Some weird stuff was going on.
Yeah,
So the next match is going to be N2 versus Turn JP. I think both of them are near the top of the bracket right now. So that's going to be a really exciting one.
Yep. It might decide a lot. I didn't look at any results from today, but I'm sure that's an important one.
I know a lot of the results, but I'm being a nice streamer and acting surprised.
Okay. So nothing can go wrong, I hope. Let's see. Oh,
I don't think anyone watching knows which matches I'd already seen. I think I've been really good at lying.
Okay. I will be surprised anyway. Really surprised. I don't know this result. The game is going on for you too, right?
Yep. So Turn GP took the central resource, but N2 goes for a fast score strategy, which might not work on this map.
Not really sure. Maybe if he's really fast and only sends one bot to the right resource.
It might work because the shotgun for N2 is disrupting the scoring pattern of Turn GP there.
Oh, do you hear a lot of background noise from me currently, or is it fine?
I hear it a little bit when you're speaking, but it's fine.
Okay. Well, anyway then.
Can you hear a lot of background noise for me? Because I had to turn off voice queue.
Sorry, what for you?
Is the background noise fine on my end?
Okay. Yes. I only hear your voice.
That's cool.
I'm not actually sure what will happen here.
I mean, by Turn JP scoring that bottom one there, it does increase their chances by a lot. And they can score this one too. But then now N2 has the board advantage, right?
Yeah, and Turn JP has to get one resource across all those bots, right? And there's a lot of room to mess up, I guess.
Yeah, it might be a stalemate, and then it might be that that it just ends on 3-4. Like we might not see another score because it's so.
Oh, I was calculating wrong anyway. Turn JP has to get both those resources. That might be an issue.
The shotgun is like, I can carry both.
And
it's like one of those really good waiters that can carry like 7 plates at once.
Yeah, you have to buff the machine gunner. Carry all he wants. No, not really.
If N2 is... I don't know if N2's AI has one of those things where if you're 1 point ahead and there's not that much time left, switch to your elimination AI, but that would be a really good bet right now.
Yep, and well, he's acting a bit like that, no? You can't really tell. He might even go for the resources.
Accidental, just trying.
Well,
yeah, I think this is a win for N2. Oh my.
Seems like, well, 1 or 2 random kills right now would save Turn JP, I guess, but otherwise, I don't see him come back from that.
Yeah, and I know what the result is of the best of 3, but I don't know what the result is of each game individually. So I'll be just as surprised as you.
Okay. So it's no 3-0.
Oh, if that shotgun can get out of range of those bots, it can still score. I like that Turn JP correctly doesn't drop the resource too quick here. Yes. But I don't think it's possible. Ooh, N2 might lose the shotgun. No, incorrect fleeing behavior from turn JP. Oh, this is gonna be so close.
I
and
don't really think.
More bugs from turn JP. That's unfortunate.
N2 is just not losing bots except for the shotgun that will return soon. I don't know.
Yeah, the bug, turn JP's bug there is really causing him to lose the game.
Yeah, that also. Well, now it's 10 seconds left, but yeah. Okay, so it's 1-0 N2. That's a bit surprising. Turn JP is. I remember him as a really strong collection player.
Yeah, the N2 is. If I have to guess right now, I think N2 might beat even you in a best of 3. Like all 3 of his modes are severely underrated right now. Well, not elimination. We know how good his elimination is, but I think he's a top level player in all 3 modes right now. Just doesn't have the ranking yet.
Yeah.
So
quite possible.
Oh, and we get the second match immediately. Cool. So this should heavily favor N2, right? Though he's taken a lot of damage on his snipers already. Then again, that might be N2's. Like he trades HP for position, I think.
Yeah, he really likes to do that. And yeah, as you said, deliberately not retreating when health damage is to be expected, but oh, that was one too much, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that system. Not when you trade down to like 25% health. I don't think it's a good idea. Personally, I like to keep all of my health as a buffer for things that might go wrong.
Yeah, I think that's in most cases a better choice.
Because the players I've gone up against that really do the health trading well, like is it Fade or something? They seem to get about 3 seconds of extra push out of it. It's not enough to kill someone, I think. It does win you a few seconds, but not enough, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Amiga says hi to you.
Oh, hi Amiga. Oh, and the chat, of course. Twitch has a chat. I won't get used to that. But anyway.
I wonder if N2 can come back from this, because there's 3 minutes left, and N2 is really strong, so...
Yeah, it's...
one bot should be possible.
Yeah, especially if turn JP is closing in like that assault bot. That can go wrong. Oh, and it did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So 1-all. Yeah, it seems like the top position for turn JP will collapse unless he brings those 2 bots closer to his allies.
Yeah, oh, this is looking dangerous.
Yeah, this the assault, right? I wouldn't do that if I were you. It does seem like it accidentally caused the bots to cluster up better together again, so... Ooh, the assault bot is so dangerous.
I want to go over there. Oh no, this is too much, I'm sure. Yep.
Oh yeah. Man. That's weird that it doesn't... Like, I think if it's going for another bot than the bots that are in range, it's really being really unsafe. I think there's some sort of bug like that in turn JP's AI.
Yeah, I really don't have a good idea how to move in elimination at all. It seems like going, just approach closest enemy bot is such a strong thing. It's obviously not perfect, but
My main AI switched to a different strategy by the way. I switched to like my bots try to force an asymmetric position because it seems like I win more games that way. Because my AI is so aggressive that if I force an asymmetric position, I usually win because the other player is never as fast as I am at killing weaker bots. But it does mean that my bots sometimes have to cross rather large. Yeah. So against Ardent Dawn, it's probably going to be a really bad idea.
Yeah. I think I currently got my elimination all messed up. It's not really working as intended and just not finished. And thinking of redeploying just the old one. That was a bit silly, but somewhat finished, at least.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. My elimination AI is just too weak to win against the top level players. My collection AI, the same thing, and then my domination AI is super old. So I don't know how to adjust to go towards the finals, win the last few matches and win the finals. It's just too much work, I think.
Trying to remember, I think you did really well in collection as well recently, didn't you?
Yeah, but it's I don't know how it works, but I'm way overrated. Like if I run my collection AI, it gets like 1600 or something, but I've lost half of my collection matches already in the tournament against really weak players.
Okay.
I don't think it's that beneficial.
Speaking of which, there are two other really strong players playing collection currently, right?
Let me look at the rankings. There's been a lot of ranking changes, I think, because of the tournament.
Yeah, I guess so. Everyone is
People,
like, now is the time to play. Or they
okay,
have
so
been.
Turn JP is the only player above 1600 besides yourself, and then yours truly has been increasing their score, I think, a lot. I think yours truly, I can't win a single match against yours truly in collection. And then it's not even close. I just get decimated by yours truly, and it seems like he's risen up to the top 4 now. And then there's a new guy called Nivell, right? It's not a premium player though, so it doesn't matter. And
Remember the name, but don't know.
And then Ninja Rob has been getting better and better at collection. And then there's this new person called Nefri.
I don't know.
don't know how
Just watching Urban Monkey doing dangerous things here, but doesn't really commit to run every bot to the center and be surrounded. Anyway, Neville? Can't remember that one at all.
First match on the 10th, so has started playing this month and is already the number 6 collection player.
I am not really into collection currently, since I did one random game yesterday and got crushed so hard by Bill Hunter. Like 3 of his bots were crushing my 4 while Shotgunner collected stuff. And yes, my 4 bots got pushed back by those 3, and I changed everything of the AI and did everything new.
What is AO's shotgun doing there? Did you see that? The shotgun went to like short range of 4 bots and then escaped with its life.
Yeah, on the right side.
How is that bot not dead? I don't get it. This match is insane. Do you think that AOI will get off like a pincer position against Elven Monkey here?
I expected
like Elven Monkey
at the start, since Elven Monkey was all their bots to the center, but maybe stopped right in time, just in time.
Ooh, the shotgun was going for insane strategies. I don't know who wins this. This is
Elven Monkey is in trouble now. Oh,
yeah,
goes the
there we go.
sniper.
There's the pincer. There's the pincer.
Yep.
And there go, collapsing. Okay, so that's Aoi's game probably then. Oh,
Not
AO
a
is
really
going
decisive
for-
collapse, but enough to take the lead. And, well,
I'm surprised how many people have started to find ways to use the force field successfully.
well, yeah. In this case,
It does seem like. I mean, are you really getting a big benefit out of it here? You're already ahead. You should just push. I feel. But it does stop Elven Monkey completely from, like, I think the force field has stopped Elven Monkey completely from moving from the top side.
yeah, quite possible. And
Maybe. But Elven Monkey also tends to have a really cautious elimination, like a lot of draws. Though recently it's been changing, so maybe not.
okay, well, this time it was a little bit, well, I don't know if you can call it aggressive to gather all your bots, but especially if you spawn like that in such a diagonal position.
I've stopped. I've stopped trying to bring all my bots together for that reason. It often ends up in a pincer.
Yeah. And I tried a lot of things, but let's say in very many cases, just move to the closest enemy bot is a really strong choice in many situations. Not perfect, you can go for pincer stuff or whatever, but I really struggle to find a better solution.
So if you do something like move to closest to edge bot or something like that, which is the same for every one of your bots, you automatically do some sort of pincer, and then if you want to extend that to more of a high level approach, you could do something like tagging a certain bot and then making everybody move to that bot.
Yeah, that's what I did for the most time, but well, it can work, but
Like
also it can really go wrong for some reason.
Yeah, I am having a lot of luck with move to closest, but I found that my AI seems to do a little bit better recently when I don't do it, but overall I would recommend players just to move to closest, really. Or a variation on it, like move to farthest from enemy in range or something like that. It's always a good one. That's basically move to closest with a little bit of a twist to it. This is a third match for Rainin and Token White Guy, because I think we saw two of them earlier. I don't see Token beating Rainin's domination yet.
Oh, he did?
Especially. Ooh. Oh, I see. I don't see them. I don't see Token.
Ah, okay. No, I wouldn't expect it. So far it looks okay, but well, I'm used to think that
I don't-
Raiden's collection AI, and yeah, just slowly our bots are moving to the upper left.
I mean, he is pushing Rainin back a little bit, which is impressive enough.
Yeah, it's at least not randomly losing every bot. Well, that machine gun might be in trouble, but
Yeah, but that's fine, right? Losing one bot in 1.5
yeah,
minutes.
it's, for a domination game, this is not a lot of kills. I'm used to see more. But yeah, no.
Yeah, I like this strategy from both players.
Really good at this kind of map, I think, where there's, well, I really,
Yeah, compact 3 bases compact. I hate those.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so
and especially against Rainen, since there is no special strategy or something you can go for, you can just be better than the other one, just pushing for the middle. And this is not a lot of fun against Rainen. I really like to have some more chaos where random things can happen.
Yeah, this is not the most exciting match to watch. But at least, like, I wonder what would happen if Scuzzle would make a proper domination AI. Have you played Scuzzle a lot yet? It's I don't get it. It's like you just run into a brick wall. I imagine if Scuzzle would be on that middle base, like, what do you do?
Yeah, really had
12 bots and you still wouldn't push them off.
I had to implement some ugly strategies just to not die straight away to Scuzzle drop in elimination.
Yeah, because you faced him a lot last season, right?
Sorry?
That you faced him a lot last season, right?
No,
Because he was in
I think not. I think
No?
from last season I
'Cause he
only remember the name, seeing it in, I think, elimination with a really, oh no, I think it's collection with a push-only strategy, like from the no respawn times or something. So I just, well, I know the name very well, but always wasn't a threat or something. I do remember Vertex from the good old days, like 7 months ago.
the good old days. It's fun that Elven Monkey is playing again, because he was one of the most dominant players, also a streamer, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
Back in the day. Yeah, so it's fun he's back.
Yeah, I looked
I
up
think
his
Elven
stats
Monkey
and
had these.
seen that he's been around for a while. Let's see.
Yeah, I think Elven Monkey used to have these crazy 3,000 node AIs back when there wasn't a limit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
He used to have a collection AI that was just a big lookup table. So for every situation that could possibly happen, like laid out in a grid, he had and if you played against him, you just yeah, your FPS would be like 20 FPS because it's just such a big AI. Those were the times when Milk Hunter at that point was so good that he was more than 400 points higher rated than the next player, meaning that only the number two and the number 3 player ever even saw Milk Hunter's ghosts.
well, he's about around that point currently again, I guess. Think.
Yeah, and Rainen, same thing in elimination, I think, where only the number 2. I hardly ever see Rainen in elimination.
Me neither, yes. Can't remember any matches right now, but I'm sure there have been some. Anyway. We are seeing...
So Ardent Dawn versus Mentat. I think Ardent Dawn's collection AI is, for some reason, really poor right now. I think she used to have a better one, but I don't know.
I think I remember about, like, well, last season's 3k points or something, but well, Mr. Mentat clearly took the lead, I would claim. And Arden Shotgunner isn't.
Yeah, for some, I don't think Ardent Dawn won even one match in collection so far or something. Just strange because she used to be like 2,000 ELO, so that's good enough that it should be better, but not sure why. So funny story. So I do this RPG podcast where we play role-playing games and make a podcast out of it. And I invited Arden down to play with us, and we had the craziest podcast session ever.
Okay.
It's a Valentine's game for it's like a special we do for Valentine's Day, and it ended up with one of my friends eating the Arden Down's character in the very first session. So
Okay. Weird things happen.
Everyone died. Happy Valentine's Day. Anyway, it seems like Arden Dawn is making a bit of a comeback here.
Yeah, and if things go really worse, mentored spots might get intercepted at a really bad spot there.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're carrying
as they are moving over. Yeah.
Yep.
That happens to me so much. Do you think that we should be doing something about that, like fleeing away from bases at short range or something?
I tried and deleted everything again. And it worked in rugby. There it was really good. Just get away from the base. But other than that, I really think, well, of course it would be cool to avoid that, but I didn't come up with a solution yet that's, well, better than ignoring it.
Yeah, I think so. It's one of those cases where I think there's no solution that isn't worse.
I'm sure there is one,
it's
but
a bit like it's a bit like sawing your arm off when you have the flu.
Well, it's getting closer. Mr. Mentor somehow sneaks past. And, well, there was one last chance, I guess.
Yeah, I think Ardent is losing this, though. If Ardent scores that bottom one with a minute left, does Mentat have enough time to score the final resource? Might be but there's two more resources than I thought. Okay.
Well, this might
I think this is Mentat's game then, right?
should be if... Well, especially with 40 seconds left. There is only one bot that can score. Yeah, there's no way Arden is pulling off anything
There's
crazy
no way.
now.
Yeah.
Not in 20 seconds.
I mean, it is an Ardent shotgun, so it might suddenly just get yellow hair and go Super Saiyan or something. Okay, another Mentad Arden Dawn. So when you face Arden Dawn in elimination, it's basically just, do you lose to her shotguns in the first 30 seconds? If not, you might win.
Yeah, it doesn't... Oh. Some Mentat bot just exploded. I didn't realize
Yeah,
who it was.
I think Mentat just doesn't have a retreat. I think he retreats at 0%, which is way too late in elimination.
Especially with a machine gun that is in close range, it takes ages to get back.
I've started the habit right now of putting in all of my AIs like as the highest priority node, just shoot at short range, because I haven't found any clear positions where you want to run at short range, so I just throw it in as the very first node. If you ever at short range, just shoot.
Yeah, can do that, I guess. I think I changed
Except in collection when you're going for the central resource, then it has to be more exact. But I don't get what the strategy there is.
Yeah, but the first approach to the central resource is a thing on its own, I guess. There's a lot
I'm
of...
really bad at those very exact positions. It's like rugby, basically, right? And I'm really bad at rugby, so...
So now we have Guapot versus Bruno Grimaldi. Bruno Grimaldi. I can't pronounce that. But, well,
Maybe you should say it Italian style. Bruno Grinaldi.
Bruno Grimaldi. Maybe. But the shotgunner, Guapot shotgunner, doesn't care at all being shot. Well,
I mean, I used to play like that in collection. I had my previous season AI did fairly well, and it just didn't retreat ever when carrying resources. But I think that's not a good strategy.
not in general, no, I don't think. What is going on there? What's that assault bot doing? Not move towards closest base? Score there. Oh no. Report.
It's all abort, it's all gone horribly wrong.
Okay. At least those resources are secured.
I think Bruno Grimaldi just shot the resource into the base.
Yeah, that shotgunner will die with the L. Okay. So this is looking good for Bruno, right? Right?
Yep. Yeah, I don't see Grappat winning.
Yeah, there's no way that shotgunner gets past. Or no.
Would have been funny though. Just passing.
Keep on shooting that other guy. No problem.
Excuse me. Oh, it's going for it.
Could have happened, didn't happen. That assault bot as well, but no. You got caught.
It should Grubhub could have won if he had camouflage skins.
Yes, at least on the shotgunner.
Okay, so Grubhub goes for a big dead ball, it seems.
Yep, ball assault, death ball.
Seems to have an okay retreat.
Yeah, again, that gathering strategy put him in a really awkward spot, I guess.
I was talking about it earlier too, that there's such a huge difference between players above 1300 and the ones below it. Like if you're 1450, you're so good at elimination that I feel like 1450 players win like almost all of their matches against 13.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have to go for like 5 minutes or something. There's some random visitors. Sorry.
Grubhub is ahead right now though. And this would be a nice win for Grubhub if we can pull it off. I feel like Grubhub is also underrated. If I look at his AI, it doesn't feel like an 1130 AI. It feels more like, I want to say, a 1300 AI, maybe 1250. This is really close though. I really enjoy the aggression on Grubhub spots, but they're not committing to the aggression as much as they should maybe at certain points, and then they just waffle around a bit and then lose spots. Yeah, great game to watch, but yeah. I'm going to take a 5-minute break now too, because there's another of those nice break games going on where Scuzzle gives me 5 minutes to go take a break.
Okay, now I'm back and I'm alone, it seems. Watching a really weird map. It is a weird scuffle AI. What's going on? Well, this is maybe not that interesting. Common pigeon is scoring points and camping the spawn.
All right. Nice low-level game here.
Oh, hello.
Code. Oh, are you back too? I really like Ikode's AIs. The earlier matches were really interesting. I think Ikode has the potential to be a really good player.
And also takes the lead here, which is quite a thing I get in this kind of map. And this is looking really good for iCode. Like they can collect just everything around that top base and take the win right away.
I think it's over already.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I have a lot of problems right now with these type of maps. And I'm not sure why, because my strategy on those maps should be fine, but it's not. So I'll have to completely rethink it.
Yeah, I think I do quite well on these type. I don't know why, but a lot of times they work. And we have 4-4 split which
I like the 4-4 split maps. They're a bit different. I like it. It seems like David is pushing Ikode a little bit here.
yeah, but really minor, I guess.
Yeah, a bit more on the bottom than on the top, maybe. Ooh, that machine gun is being very aggressive.
Yeah, if that one can stay there for a while and doesn't get focused down.
I like that it moved in and then pushed away the sniper. Yeah, that was a nice push. Gave it like 2 or 4 meters push there. Just with a single action. It's nice.
Even somewhat of a mirror matchup, right? Well, David is not bringing... No, wait. iCode isn't bringing shotgunners, of course. But both battles are mirrored, I guess. And they are working out quite identical currently.
Yeah, it might be a draw, because don't see who would win this. Oh, David is going for another one of those machine gun pushes at the top, but this time it didn't work.
Yet now the bottom push comes and doesn't work either. But yeah, I guess
And
David...
And another top push, but it doesn't work either.
Yeah, I think David is pushing back, is pushing a little bit, but I don't think it's enough.
Yeah. But I don't remember seeing a draw. So
Looks like it.
maybe
Well,
something exciting happens near.
we might know. I thought we
might be a draw.
might see one of those machine guns dying, but it's really not looking like it.
Yeah, I don't think so. They're running even at 75% health or something. Shield.
Yeah, but
Oh, and another push at the bottom there.
think like if now the bottom machine gun gets focused, but
Yeah, it should die. Yeah, but if all 4 bots.
yeah, but they always change aim for some reason. So
Yeah, I think there's a lot of target switching for Ikode.
Yep, and several times that machine gun got fought very low, like almost no shield, and then the whole team switched targets, even though it was very well in range, like now. Keep shooting the machine gun, don't
Yeah, okay,
stop
yeah.
now. Well,
It almost seems like they deliberately stop shooting anything that has 0% shield.
the top machine gun, even that one survived.
Yeah, I think Ikode actually stops shooting anything with 0% shield, which is weird.
Well, it's similar ideas. I guess it's just that one is running anyway, so let's push others back. But
Yeah, there's some strategy there, yeah. But I haven't made it work yet, so I'm not sure if it's possible.
I think you should at least keep one of your bots attacking it, right? To make sure it fully retreats and not just stands almost in medium range while regenerating shields over there.
That's a good point. You could do something like only shoot 0% bots when no one else is or something. That might work. Okay, so domination match, Failiard versus JBDB, similar rating.
JBD takes a base advantage early, but now Valiant pushing for the mid and maybe not that decisive. But well, okay, Valiant is camping that one base really hard with 3 bots.
If JBDB ends up camping the middle, then it might be really hard for Failiard. But if JBDB is too eager,
but I like those shotgunners getting rewarded. Yes.
Yeah. Same thing. I like their how dynamic they are.
I don't like that machine gun over there. That one, well, I guess you could contest the center base or camp your own bases, but don't go for the other end of the map, I guess.
I've been working a bit on my board awareness in domination, and it's quite tricky though to figure out all of the, because the problem is that is the spawn spots, right? You have no way of figuring out where the spawn spots are. So
yeah, I tried to somehow figure that out, but it just doesn't work.
Yeah, same. I settled on some sort of system where at the start of the match I tag all of the I tag half of the bases that are closest to enemies, so I kind of know which one is the safest.
Well, that's an idea.
Like if there's a 5 base map, you can say tag 3 bases closest to enemy, and then you have some sort of idea.
Yeah, that should work in a lot of cases, I guess. Maybe I should try that out. I tried other things.
Yeah, that's not a terrible idea.
Well, didn't find a really good solution. I tried a lot to make like gathering and combined pushing strategies, but didn't find anything working.
I tried doing that and then doing the same for my team, and then it tells me like which bases are important for both of us, and then there's sometimes bases that are just not closest to either team, and then those are interesting too. So it gives you some nice information. There's a little trick you have to use to calculate it for your own team, but I don't want to share the trick because it's fun to figure out, and I mean...
That sounds fair. Meanwhile, actually, Valiant might even out soon. Or well, not if that base gets taken.
I think Valiart is a reference to Doctor Who, by the way. I think it's an alternate name. Let me check if I'm correct.
Meanwhile,
yeah, the Valiart is like a special character from Doctor Who.
Learn something new today.
Man, it's super close. It's super close, but I think JBDB got this.
Yeah, but barely. If now the shotgun can somehow stall any base, but no. Still 3 going bases, and now Valiant is even getting pushed back. Yeah, that base gets stalled. That's evil. Okay, that's game, I guess.
Nice job from JBDB.
Yep. Has been close at some point, I think. But
yeah, it was a 2-point difference just a minute ago. So.
Yep, but this is way too much now.
Let's see what's upcoming. Oh, there's a Revenge versus Amiga upcoming, which is in collection. That
Oh,
reads similar
that's
rating.
interesting.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a fun one, because Revenge has been on the rise, right?
Oh yes,
It keeps getting.
we did some elimination matches yesterday, private matches, and I got crushed. Both my new AIs got just beaten right away.
Yeah, it's weird. When I play against him, I just crush him, and it doesn't seem like it's a strong AI. But then I know he does well against other AIs.
Yeah, I think I sent my last season's elimination. I didn't watch that match yet, but I think I won it. But took 3 attempts or something. Well,
so who's winning here? Amiga stole one. Revenge has some center control.
yeah, but not enough.
But is
The
losing it.
But can pick up that one, at least to get it a little bit further back.
I like these, like Mons Pubis uses one like those two, right? One of those machine guns that goes into the enemy territory.
Yeah,
And it makes it really annoying to deal with. Why is Revenge not? Oh, it's going from the correct camera.
Well, that's not enough, I guess, right? Revenge still has the advantage, I guess. Well,
yeah.
A lot of things can happen there.
I've seen this a lot in tournament matches. Players with a really decent collection AI, but their scoring section is just really basic. Just score to closest.
Well, that might bite him a lot, actually, this time.
Yeah, because if he keeps trying to score to that base, it's just never gonna happen. Because if they push far enough that that base becomes clear, then Revenge suddenly has a lot of openings.
Well, that machine gun disappearing there might help, but no, don't go all there.
Yeah, Amiga is saying in chat, this is where my scoring script fails a little bit.
Yep, and drops over there, that's not ideal, I guess.
Ooh, I like the resource steal from Revenge at medium range. That's nice. Just grab it, move it a little bit back. I've been wanting to write a collection AI that drops the resource when it's been carrying it for a few seconds, so that you can just grab it, move it a little bit, grab it, move it a little bit.
I worked around with it a little bit, but well, I made some sub AI to juggle it. Let's call it juggling, and implemented it to my regular collection AI, and well, it made my own AI freak out way more than the enemies, and there had to be a lot of work to be done. And well,
yeah, but I'm thinking that sometimes you're carrying a resource, but you actually want to drop it and go catch another resource. So I kind of want to make an AI that every few seconds will like reevaluate if there's a better resource to. But the only way that I can think of doing that is by dropping it like maybe every 50 ticks or something, drop the resource, reevaluate, and then usually you'll grab the same resource again. So I might experiment with that at some point.
Oh, that might be a thing. I think I had some mechanisms at some point to, as you say, drop the resource if there's a more important one. But
yeah.
And I've seen other players in the tournament, can't remember who exactly, but if the enemy is like on the last resource, carrying one more resource, he needs to win, drop everything, go there. Some mechanics like that.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking that sometimes when you carry a resource, even a little bit to your side, it's pretty safe and you can just drop it there and go for if there's high priority ones, but then you need a really good AI that tells you that there's high priority ones.
Yeah, I usually barely do it.
Have you seen One Life's AI yet, which has the shotgun drop, the resource for the machine?
Yeah, a lot of times. Sometimes it looks a bit weird, but it's a really cool idea, I guess.
I've written the same idea, but I've never really gotten it to work to where I like it. It's really hard to make a good machine gun AI for capturing resources.
Yeah, I usually use mine just as a tank. Go for the enemies over resources. But
My previous collection AI, like 80% of the matches I won because of the machine gun carrying a resource. So I think it's really powerful, but I don't know how to do it yet.
yeah. Let's see.
Similar score again.
Yeah,
JK has one of those AIs where the shotgun doesn't focus on resources but focuses on killing enemies, which is really interesting. It works better than you'd think. But
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't think to work really well. Maybe I have to
my
watch
highest
some
rated
action.
AI always has the shotgun go for kills, and it was an accident. I didn't mean to put it in there.
Again,
And I shot up to 1600 in collection summary. It was weird.
yeah, I usually like to have my shotgun collecting over fighting. Well, of course, there's a lonely sniper or something, but in general, I really like collecting more.
Yeah, me too.
Well, we see the end of a standard match where JK went for the center resource first and carried home that lead.
Yep. I mean, also is 1026, so probably means that this is their very first AI ever, or second.
Possible.
Okay, so this is the next match for Alien versus Provisor, which is really important, right?
And
I think they're
yes, and you
both
might.
unbeaten.
Oh. Okay. So, do you think Provisor took the lead by suiciding there? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think Alien is sitting really close to the resource, closer than Provisor. So yeah, it seems like it's.
And that central one should be really important. Oh. Okay.
It seems like Provisor has correctly identified that it needs to go for the next resource, which is something that you don't see a lot, which is odd. Like there's some AIs in the tournament that are like 1300 plus and they don't detect when they're losing.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if that is such a bad thing. I thought about, ignoring that myself and just collect all your resources first before you do anything. I think it can work as well.
The strategy that Takeshi lays out, right, where you go for collection speed over port position.
Yeah, and I thought of like, in case I lose the fight for the central resource, just fall back on that strategy, not right away push after some steal back or something, but just clear your half of the map as fast as possible and then try if there's time left, but no, that's valid.
Did you see that Alien's bot was at short range of the base and moving to the base on the other side?
Oh no, I missed that, but
that's funny.
It should be fine anyway, yes.
And there we go. Nice win by Ilian. Provisor kind of lost the... it became a bit of a mess towards the middle.
Yeah, but I guess it came down to the central resource to start, right? But okay, let's watch elimination, of course.
It should be a heavy favorite for Ilian because, like I mentioned earlier, 1400 plus almost never loses against under 1400. But we've had a few upsets today, so maybe. I can't remember how the first match went, so I don't know if it's already decided or.
Oh, that was a close one.
Ooh, is that 1 HP or something like that?
Looks like it.
I don't see any red at all.
Yeah, but Ilian is doing a lot of HP damage here.
Yeah.
Already while not getting pushed back really.
Ilian has one of those AIs, I think, that target switches to focus fire, which can be really annoying. Like if they detect a bot that's in trouble, everybody just stops what they're doing and switches to focus fire. So you might be suddenly dead.
It was my go-to strategy in last season's AI, and I tried to mix it up now, but well, my heavy push AI doesn't push better than my heavy focus AI for some reason. There's a lot of things to be done.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet I understand. I have some idea. I've been talking about it, about like some sort of DPS pressure. I'll post the calculations at some point. Because one of the things that I noticed a lot is that machine guns aren't as good at pushing as other bots. But it's hard to explain why, and it's for the first time that I did some calculations, and the calculations told me, hey, machine guns are bad at pushing. So maybe I found something.
That's interesting. I thought of at some point getting my machine. Oh, Ilian gets the first kill. Was about to
I have to say, Provisor is hanging on really good though. Like for a 1200 AI against Ilian, it's doing. Provisor might be the next star of Gladiabots if they keep going.
Possibly. And it was interesting to see how fast AIs developed during the tournament. Like people starting with, oh, I made something
That's
real
crazy.
quick because I needed some collection AI, and like a week later, they are really strong in test mode.
Yeah.
So
Maybe we will see new players in the top 5 finally. That would be
yeah, I think it's already happening. It doesn't feel like last season. Like last season, a lot of times I had the feeling that there were Milk Hunter and Rainin and other people. And
Yeah, but right now, if you look at the top 6, it's yourself, Rainin, Turn JP, myself, Elven Monkey, Aoi. They're all old players that have always been near the top. But then number 7 is N2, and then number 8 is yours truly, and number 9 is Alien.
yes, and
They're all
of
new
those
players.
feel really strong, I guess. It's not like I win basically every game versus the lower bracket. It's not like, I have the advantage.
I
of
think
course, but
I think last season the reason you were so dominant at some point is because very few of the players were actually playing.
sure.
So you were getting better and they weren't getting better. Yeah. So I think there's a lot more activity now, and that means that it's when you get better, they just counter your strategy. It's more fun at least. I like the reset. The game has become super fun. Also, like today, for example, there were 450 active players. So that's a lot more than last season. I think last season we had maybe 100 active players at best.
Yeah, I just didn't check since a week, but that curve was going up and up and up.
It's still going up, yeah.
Yeah, currently we see Nene camping, while G-Trust doesn't, right?
Yeah, G-Trust doesn't do any camping because G-Trust is still using the AI from last season with the other balance. So G-Trust doesn't do any camping.
I'm not sure about that. I'm pretty sure G-Trust had something going on the RC client, testing the new meta, and it felt really strong for some reason. But then the ladder was over. But yeah, in this game, you're right. It doesn't look at all like some turtling. But well,
I think G-Trust and Nene, by the way, are also tied. I'm gonna check that. Nene has one victory more than G-Trust right now. So coming in today, I mean.
Okay.
So if I think so. I'll double check this. See that I don't tell lies.
Yeah, but now.
Yeah, so Nene has coming in today. Nene has just one loss, and G-Trust has 2 losses. So the result of this match is really important.
Well, this is looking quite okay for G-Trust, right? If Nene can camp those 2 bases, he should pull ahead, but so far G-Trust just goes in there, even getting all of them.
G-Trust is camping a little bit now on the bottom there, right?
No, I'm not sure. Maybe that's just accidental.
Yeah, because it didn't move at all, so it might be actually be a bug. It might be that the machine gun just idles when it doesn't have a force field to camp in. And it's a slight bug there, but it did work out because it camped. Yeah. It idled on top of the base. If you have a bug out on top of a base, new meta. Yeah, I think G-Trust has this in the bag.
He should, yes.
12 points, 1 minute left, more bases.
Yeah, and even stalling that one.
Yeah, Nene is not scoring at all right now. Yeah, so that means that's a massive upset. That means that G-Trust and Nene are now both 2 matches behind the top players. Which means that Provisor that we just saw play is currently... And Arden Dawn is back in the game. Because Arden Dawn was dropped down to like the 6th place or something, but because of this loss to G-Trust, it means that Provisor and Arden Dawn are now tied for 3rd place in Green Team.
Okay, that's interesting.
There you go.
I really didn't expect G-Trust to miss the top 3, but...
I did, because he hasn't played the game in forever.
Yeah.
Since he played a little bit in the early reset matches, but...
Well, there are still a lot of games and matches left.
Yeah.
But
I mean, G-Trust is always a tough opponent to clear, of course.
absolutely, yes.
Oh, there's me.
Oh, and we split up one sword. And
So I'm almost 1600 and Herbert is 1300. And yeah, I always split up on assault when I think Herbert didn't go for the center resource. It went for like the one next to it.
Yep.
So then my AI assumes that it's gonna capture the center resource, which it seems to do. And then if that's the case, it's gonna send out the assault to catch another resource.
Yeah, for some reason.
It tries to detect if there's some awkward.
For some reason, Herbert abandoned the middle resource, even being there with 4 bots.
Yeah, and that's why the assault bot went for the other resource. My AI is pretty decent at detecting that the enemy is doing weird stuff and not going for center.
That's cool.
It doesn't always work, but it mostly works. That's one of the few parts of my AI that seems to work okay. But the problem is at the top there. If you look at the Herbert scores faster than me, and that's exactly what you said earlier. Herbert doesn't freak out because he misses the center resource, and just scores all of his. And now I'm in trouble because now I have to score 2 while under heavy fire.
Yep, and even in a position where everything can go wrong really fast, right?
Yeah.
Just mess up once.
Because there we go, and now I'm in real trouble because Herbert is sitting right on top of the resource.
Yep, and your shotgunner isn't fighting, obviously, since there are other things to do. Oh, this is looking ugly.
Yeah, and I think I lost the match here.
Yep.
So yeah. So that was what I was saying earlier too. I have a 1600 collection AI, but I lose against almost everybody above 13. So
Interesting.
I'll have to find some way to make it even better. And then I think it's another one of my matches. I think at this point we're niche. I think I won the domination, and then I lost the collection, and then this is elimination where I have a big advantage. Do you have the stream buffering too?
For some reason, it should be refreshed now.
Let's hope it's not.
I'm refreshing currently. So
I'm gonna wait a few seconds before refreshing. I should have a big advantage because again, I have when you're above 1400 and the other player is not, it should be a big advantage, right?
Except if the enemy is Mercant, but it isn't.
Yeah. So Herbert has so much experience, but his AIs always seem a bit weaker than I would expect.
Yeah, this is just brutal. You're pushing. That's like some record-setting push speed. 1 minute in, and the first one is almost against the wall.
It almost feels like Herbert plays a lot more matches than he tweaks. Like he spends 80 or 90% of his time watching matches instead of tweaking his AI. That's what it feels like.
Well, that's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, his elimination AI is just way too runny. It's too easy to push it just back.
Yeah, 2 shotgun shots, and his MG is fleeing. And, well, any second now, the game should be decided, right?
My AI is surprisingly bad at killing bots that are against the wall.
Well,
And I don't know why that is.
looks pretty decent.
I mean, I'm still gonna win. Yeah, I'm still gonna win this one, but often I still lose after putting 4 bots against the wall. And I don't know why.
So, congratulations, I guess. Won't mess up this. No.
Yep. So I'm still unbeat, unfortunately for Peggy if he's still watching. I think Peggy is hoping for me to lose at least once before he faces me.
Well, let's see.
Isn't Peggy Belgian too? I think the top 2 players of blue team right now are both Belgian.
Oh, I have no idea.
I was talking about it earlier that if we do a country cup, then it will certainly be Japan versus Germany because all of the top players tend to be Japanese or German.
Okay, I think G-Twist is German, but I don't know anyone else.
I forgot who the others were. There were more than that.
Well, it's quite possible. I don't know a lot of nationalities amongst the players. I know that there is no German chat going at all for half a year or something, which, well,
yeah,
I wouldn't read it anyway, but...
Yeah, I have those channels muted because I wouldn't read them anyway. I do have the French one unmuted because I do talk in the French one because it's fairly active.
Yeah, this is, by the way, looking really strong from Overland. Getting the base lead, getting all the bots on bases. This is maybe a game already.
Orland is weird because sometimes their AI just crushes players and then other times it loses really easily. So I don't know how it works.
This is some really weird shotgun dance now.
Yeah, because they ignore each other. They were at short range of each other and not shooting.
Yeah, like the one danced around the other and no one shot.
Maybe it's a rain dance.
Yeah, this is way too big of a lead for Overland already, I guess. Just camping the bases and shredding everybody that comes near it. Also, the leftmost shotgunner is doing a really awesome job, I think, for the most part. He held like 3 bots at once or something. Somehow. Shotgunner. Come on, finally, no. Will you just kill it? No, no. He's just invincible. Maybe not. No.
I think that shotgun. I think that shotgun has been on that base since like the first 10 seconds.
I think at the start of the game he was there and sits there since then.
At the top, the same thing is happening, by the way. The shotgun has been sitting there too, and it's been attacked by the same 2 bots for the entire game, and they haven't pushed it off. Yeah, Amiga, I think Bruno is Russian.
Maybe now it's 4 against 1. Kill that shotgun. No, no, no.
I mean, if you look at it, the Windwatcher's bots almost never actually fire a shot. Like, I think they hardly ever actually shoot. They just walk into close range of a bot and die, and then walk into it, but they don't ever. If you look at the 3 red bots at the bottom, they're not shooting. They're not shooting.
You're
I'm not
totally
sure.
right. I totally missed that. Oh, one sniper.
They almost never.
One sniper shooting. Yeah, well.
Yeah, but
aiming
it hasn't lost
for
that
a moment.
Yeah, it's aiming. See, still not. So we've been watching it for 45 seconds now, and not a single bot has fired a shot.
Nope.
So that's strange.
Maybe not the perfect strategy. Or maybe
they only shoot at short range.
Maybe he's trying to go for some Steam achievement or something. Or he was going for it. Like win a match without firing or something. I think there's achievement.
It's not the I won it just a week ago actually. Randomly won a match without shooting.
Maybe he went really fast, hard on it, and well, that was the last AI deployed. Or I don't know. That's what Flipsy was Kozelnik. Oh, this is looking really good for Flipsy, I guess. Getting the central one and really intercepting that train of carriers. Or, well, the machine gun gets by.
Flipsy's bots, by the way, it was mentioned earlier, but Flipsy's bots are painted in a Belgian color scheme.
Oh.
So Flipsy's probably Belgian too. Go Team Belgium.
Well, one day as well.
We should do a meetup one day.
There would be also Team Japan, and that one would be scary, I guess.
Red Solar asks us if there is soon going to be the possibility of playing 2 against 2, and the answer is that yes. The newest version, which is currently in beta, will have the option to play 2 versus 2. Well, 2 bots versus 2. If you mean 2 players versus 2, I don't think that's coming. But 2 bots versus 2 is coming, but only in tournaments. There you go.
Oh, for a moment I thought I missed something really important, but yes. There are a lot of
only in tournaments. Yeah,
there are a lot of new tournament rules coming, but yeah, possibly not 2-player versus 2-player.
No, I don't think so. Flipsy is doing really well here.
I don't know. This is going really weird. All this match.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's gone weird.
Yep. He didn't secure them.
Yeah, it's weird that Flipsy gave up on that resource. That was almost like at short range of a base. Maybe now. No.
Yeah, he committed really much to intercept that machine gun and didn't do it.
Yeah.
That machine gun must be so annoying over there.
Yeah, this is really messy. By the way, I noticed today that on maps with a lot of resources, the lower ranked player almost always wins. Because they usually have this really simple strategy where they just collect as fast as possible and then
Yep.
it's almost impossible to stop them in the late game.
Yeah, that's really a strategy to like beat big favorites or something, I guess. Without any proof, I would claim that on the majority of maps it fails, but you can just win if you get lucky.
Yeah. I've been trying to figure out a strategy that actually detects what to do, but I'm close, but I'm not quite there yet. It seems like if you do board analysis 3 different ways. For example, if you say if there's 9 resources, for example, right, and you say tag the 5 resources closest to the ally side, tag the 5 resources closest to ally bases, and then tag the 5 resources closest to enemy bases, and then you look at the difference. Like if you see a resource that's part of one group but not the other group, like it tells you all of the weird resources on the map.
Oh, well, that's an interesting approach. I think.
But I haven't quite worked out how to read the information.
I think I just split up the map into 4, well, squares or something. They look.
Yeah,
if
that's
there
what
are
Takeshi kind of does.
LA bases or enemy bases or what in the like top left square, and go by that.
I'm trying to write an AI in collection that sort of says this is a weird resource and you might lose the match on this resource.
Okay.
That's kind of my plan. To just make the game simple. Like if there's a bunch of weird resources, just make it simple. Because if it's simple, I win.
Okay.
If it gets really messy, I lose against even beginners.
We just see,
what's going on?
See doing his victory dance a little bit early, I guess.
This is amazing. This is the most amazing game ever. I have to write down this match idea because this is the most amazing match.
Well, I've seen players do dances like that after winning in an elimination game, but starting off with it is new.
I like it though. It would be funny if, like, with 2 minutes left on the clock, suddenly the bots turned around and went, okay, now it's time for killing, and just decimated. But I doubt it.
Certainly it won't happen in this case, I guess.
Early defeat dance. It says GFX.
And another domination match.
So Mirror, I've been talking about it earlier, but Mirror is a lot stronger than you would think. Maybe not in elimination, but certainly in the other 2 modes. They're surprisingly strong.
Yeah, actually, even in this game, well, Game AG looks like it would pull ahead any second, but so far we didn't.
I almost lost all 3 of my matches against Mirror, and I kind of got lucky in winning all 3, I think, but I almost lost all 3 of them. It was very nerve-wracking.
All of a sudden, Game AG gets crushed currently.
Yeah, it's the AI from Mirror also does weird things here and there. It's tricky to stop.
Yeah,
a lot of bots on bases too, so
it got all the bases and wow. This is looking really brutal now.
Yeah, I feel like Mirror could be a really good player going forward. It's just a hunch though. And definitely in elimination, Mirror is not that good because it's not solid enough. Revenge asks, did I miss my matches? I think so, Revenge, yeah, I think we did all of yours already. Maybe we have one more to go, but I don't think so.
game maybe.
Yeah,
Now's the
this
time.
is-
Get at least one base back. Yes, finally.
Is it? Yes. Good job.
Maybe even score a point. Yes. And it's the last. Oh, that's it.
I just got a message from Arden Dawn that we're going to be playing another RPG, and apparently I have to play a Sasquatch. So there you go. All of the important information.
Okay. And oh, now the stream is running again.
Upcoming seems to be the only 8C against Willow Ridge in collection. Both of them are fairly low level, but Willow Ridge is 1200 plus, so it should be the favorite. If it can stop buffering for me.
Yep. My stream is running really ugly as well.
Yeah, there seems to be some issues with GFX's internet connection. We had one of those earlier too. Maybe we can yell really loudly at GFX and blame him for everything.
It might work.
Sometimes it's funny because we complain about really little things and then GFX is all apologetic and is like, oh, sorry, I'll try to fix it. Maybe GFX is too nice.
Sometimes maybe.
He should be strong, more stern with us and be angry. I would be so bad at developing indie games, having to be nice to everybody.
Oh yes, and doing stuff like customer support and I don't know.
Game AG still hasn't captured the base.
Yes.
Yes.
And oh, that shotgun isn't going to live forever. No.
I mean, Game AG does have 7 points, so. This is crazy because Game AG's AI, it doesn't even seem that bad, but it only scored 7 points, so that's crushing.
Yeah, but I really can't tell any big mistakes Game AG would make here. Everything is fine, but it just
I mean,
doesn't
it's
work
literally
at all.
impossible to still win. Oh! Can we see 8 points?
It's still possible. Or stay there.
Maybe even 9 points. Stay there. 8 points.
Won't be 9.
Yes!
But 8 is okay. At least.
Alright, collection again. Needed. Oh, Willow Ridge goes for center. Yeah.
And for HZ, HZ is doing weird stuff. That machine gun was targeting a weird base.
Yeah. Nobody was walking towards that base. Maybe it needed a holiday.
Yeah, but some other weird things are going on. That Willow Ridge shotgun approached a really awkward base instead of the LA base right behind it.
So I guess that the only 8C is winning? I'm not sure.
Not sure either. Oh, well, that one. Oh, the thought but scores.
I don't want to bet.
Nice. No, what?
I don't want to bet money on this game.
No.
This is not a good match to bet money on. It seems like Willow Ridge will win it.
I should win it, but
It's so weird because the game was completely lost and then suddenly he's winning. So Maybe we should all stop playing as high level players because these low level matches are just way more fun than what we're doing. Why is Willow Ridge bot trying to score at an ally base, at an enemy base?
I think he's approaching the shotgunner, but I'm not sure. Oh, now. Yeah, it was a trap. Will it work out?
Trap. Like a fly trap. Come capture this resource and I'll kill you.
Somehow worked. Well, for now. But actually,
That was the most amazing thing ever.
this might be. Oh no, not that base. Come on, Willowitz, you had it. Yes, go over there.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. It's gonna do it.
I think the only 8-jet sniper could win the game by taking 2 steps to the left, go outside of medium range of that base or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
This should be it, right?
I hate when my AI does that. Like, what happens a lot is that the enemy shotgun goes for like a Hail Mary and dives towards the base I'm trying to score at. And then the second it steps into medium range, my AI is suddenly like, there's an enemy in medium range, I better switch. I'm like, But you can't easily detect that there's only one bot or which type it is.
Yeah, especially for elimination, as we watch now, if you come up with a mechanism to determine how many bots are in a group, that would be the thing, I guess. It would give you really big advantage.
I don't have that. I think I do know of a way to kind of do it.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of ways to kind of do it. More or less reliable, but...
I'll say it like this, there's ways to do it when you're in range of bots, I guess.
And we just saw Willowitz's MG getting destroyed, and that assault maybe going to follow. No, not quite.
I've mentioned it a few times before, but at the range that Willow Ridge is at, which is like the 1100 range, there's a very dominant strategy where you don't actually run that much and just focus on moving forward and almost no retreat. And it seems to sort of work, but it only works against other 1100 players. It doesn't work against 1200 players. So you sort of just die when you get into tournament.
Also, we see 2 bots heading for the same health pack. And yes.
I mean, I do that deliberately because I'm like, if one of them doesn't make it, the other one does. Also, if they move together to the health pack, then they're safer. So I deliberately don't switch between health packs. But you could make a case for either one. Going for a health pack is always a bit awkward.
Yeah, I don't have a really good solution for it so far.
Yeah.
Like, mostly it's a good idea to walk over there and pick it up, but it's a lot of time you are not helping, and also you might walk weird ways and get into trouble. Well,
Yeah, if it's really far away, you walk, sometimes you cut into the enemy.
no, okay.
I guess it's time to take another 5-minute break. Perfect.
Yes, good idea. I follow up.
That's what I do.
See you later.
When these matches happen, break time. Hey, it's Botanium.
Yes, it
This
is.
might be a close match. Oh, Steph is going. He's not going for the center resource.
Well, at least not.
Seems to be closest to ally base. I can.
At least for the machine gun, right? And well, that might be game for Titanium in this case. Well, let's
Yeah,
see.
it's a really bad map to do that.
Yes. Well, Steph is collecting really fast and will be ready to push with all 4 bots in just a second, but
Yeah,
this
but
is delayed,
Botanium-
I guess.
But Botanium has one of those AIs that carries with 2 bots at least, and yeah, it's just not a good. And it doesn't seem like Steph has a code for when the match is lost.
Well, that was an easy central resource win, I guess.
Yep.
Finally.
Next up is elimination. Also, again, the scores are pretty close, so this might be more
Oh,
interesting.
that's an assault versus a shotgun. Who will win?
I mean, Botanium has better movement right now because he's going for the pincer, so shotgun will die. But the assault might also die.
Yes.
So
Assume both top bots die. There's assault bot over there with in really big trouble. No,
yeah,
oh.
but it might not die.
No, I expected the
Ooh,
shotgun
maybe-
to close in when he's out of range of allies, but oh. This is interesting.
So very interesting. I think Botanium has this, but it's
You should, right?
the problem with Steph is that he's doing the stutter thing at the bottom,
Yes, that assault is
which
really
is about
buying
the
a lot
worst
of
thing you can
time.
do. Yeah. Always keep shooting when you're shooting.
Oh,
If Daka, keep Daka.
Titanium, no, not that one.
I like how the sniper and machine gun go, yeah, we'll take on 7 bots all by ourselves.
Well, it
It's
worked.
fine.
Intercepted one. Finally, that assault was
And it's-
cornered, but
This is a crazy match. It's even again. And now Botanium is in trouble because there's a flank.
yeah, there's a flank,
Pincer
but
going on.
also there's a low shield MG, and
Yeah, and again, Steph is doing the stutter stab thing. So I think Botanium has this, but it's a weird match. Oh, there's another pincer. This is weird to watch.
every second now Butanium has the win, I guess. But oh, one up.
Oh.
Okay, this should be it, right?
I'm not sure I want to predict anything about this match.
Oh, don't get pincered again over there. Okay, yeah.
Ooh,
Should
Botanium
be
might
the-
lose another bots.
Yeah, but I think he can afford it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, there's only one way to go.
I told you shouldn't assume things about this match.
Okay.
Botanium, are you still watching? Because your AI is crazy. Oh, it should be over now, right?
Yeah, it really should.
Oh
Yes.
god, what a match. That should not have been a 4-8. Oh, and a victory dance at the right time, not at the beginning of the match.
That's
So I was thinking earlier that I have a funny idea for a tournament. It's a domination tournament, and you have to idle for a full minute with your entire team, but you can choose which minutes to idle.
Okay. The whole team.
So maybe you want to.
You set a minute.
The whole team has to idle for a full minute, but you can choose when.
Oh, that's
And once you start idling, you have to idle for the full minute.
Interesting. I guess I would take the first minute, but I'm not sure. Meanwhile,
Yeah, because you could also say, I'll first win and then spend a minute.
is this a domination AI by Norton? Did they ever target
A lot of players seem to do that, where they play one match in domination and it's just their elimination AI.
Yeah, but I was wrong.
It's not a full elimination AI because it does seem to go for bases.
Yes, that's what I mean. But a bit slow maybe. Well, actually,
This is kind of dangerous for Kasif because Kasif has a really decent domination score, but this is going to be tough to win.
yeah.
There's 2 snipers and 1 machine gun in that base. And
Currently, Norton is
Can't
going
see it.
faster, right? Okay.
yeah. This is going to be really interesting. So there's 4 bots on that base, so that's 2 extra bases, right? So it's 3 bases versus 2 right now.
And it doesn't look like it would change anytime soon.
We had a match earlier where one of the bots kept walking between the spawn point and the enemy, and it passed over the base, and every time it did, it slightly increased the scoring rate, and that's the only reason that person won.
Okay. I need to watch this. That match.
They ended up winning with 2 points difference or something. I forgot which players they are, unfortunately. But they won with like 2 points difference because of the random walking over the base now and then. Because it was dead even otherwise. I think one player had 2 bots on one base, and then the other player had 2 bases. It's going to take a long time to overtake Kesef, but it will happen, right?
I'm not sure how this will go, but as it looks.
5 points. See, and it might come down to the sniper accidentally stepping on the base and...
But no one does, even the shotguns stop right before it.
I've seen the shotguns fire out of range at the other bots from outside of the base, which is weird. Oh man. 2 points. 1 point.
One point. Well, 2 points then. Come on, sniper, go into... Oh, the assault bot left the bottom base for some reason, I guess. Oh, come on. This might be really close.
Oh, I want...
Oh.
Yeah, the shotgun is in the base now.
It is.
It's in the base
yes.
now.
That might be enough, and the sniper is outside it, and the assault bot isn't in it. I don't know. But oh, what is happening?
Oh.
For some reason, now Kazov decides it's the time to boost the pulses a bit. Okay.
Oh god.
That's a win. Okay. He was just playing around with us, I guess. Yes, I know.
What did we just watch?
Okay.
Oh my god. That's the weirdest game so far. Okay, so Peggy is a player that hasn't lost a single round yet in the entire tournament, and we get to see 2 of their games.
Not a single round. Okay. That's...
Well, they have lost games like in one mode, but not,
okay.
Not. They won all of their best of 3 so far, so they're still scored at the top.
Okay, so let's see how with a very weird shotgun maybe. That shotgun passed the Sentry Resource and went all in, and seems to work out. I don't know. The Sentry Resource is still over there.
Yeah, it's still where it was, right? This is really close.
Yeah, but that sniper dying should be a really huge thing. Yeah,
I think it's over now.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, it goes for the first. Oh, it's really cheeky.
That was really weird spread.
Oh, Kasif is in the chat watching us talk about the match. That's funny. He's saying, ha ha ha, that mini heart attack stepping into the base last second. Kasif, that was the weirdest match I've ever seen.
Yeah, but especially the last step, like, yes, I know I have to go there if I want to win. Okay.
I mean, but it's not that Kasif won the game, right? It's that it's even more that the other player threw it away by stepping outside of the base for some reason.
And yeah, and staying there for a really long time. Weird match. Anyway.
So elimination, where Fate is better, so this is gonna be interesting. Also, I've seen, I think it was Fate that sent me a bunch of private matches with a new AI, and it's insanely good.
No shit.
But I don't think that this AI is that one, so I don't know. In theory, if my theory is correct, then Fate should easily win this because he's about 1400 MPGs below.
Well, so far, Pidgey is looking quite strong, even though his ult is really undecided. And again,
I mean, the result is that there's a very broad front going on from Pidgey, which is interesting. It seems like Fate is a bit too... like they run too fast.
Maybe it's the bottom side things are happening. The sword is taking quite a beating. Isn't enough. This is weird.
I think Fate is one of those players that trades HP for position. So I think it's entirely deliberate to have all the bots at 25% health. But I also know that Fate uses a distance counter that always assumes that the bot is coming straight at you. So if you pincer Fate even a little bit, you tend to die. But that's not happening in this case. And also you can see that their assault bot keeps stepping out of range of the sniper at exactly the right time. It's quite impressive to see this AI in action because it just never loses a bot. But it's always like, no, you're gonna die. And then at the last second, it dives out of range.
And, oh, this time it was a bit closer.
Yeah, it's always super close, but it never dies. It's weird.
This is really weird. Fate got pushed back while losing a lot of HP and now is pushing back a bit, it seems. without any HP.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of that might come down to Petty's weird position switches. All day long,
Yeah.
the bots decide to
agree.
reinforce the other flank.
I mean, do you really want your bots to get so close to dying as that assault bot on the bottom there? It doesn't feel like it's the best strategy to make it that close. It's impressive.
That one, oh.
It's impressive to see, but I get a heart attack every time they fool.
Okay, it's just perfect.
Like,
oh my
it's
god!
very impressive, right? It's so impressive, but it's I don't recommend it.
Oh, that's maybe. Oh, come on!
Right? It's so impressive, but it's. I don't agree with it. Look at the machine gun on the top. Look at that.
Oh, that was one too much.
See, that's the problem. Just one tick wrong and you lose the game, right?
One might assume yes, that assault should be dead right now. Okay. Another one. Okay, this might be just cleaning up now.
If Fate can get their shooting a bit better and not run as close to the breaking point, it's gonna be really hard to beat them. Because they've got a retreat that's like maybe as good as Scuzzle. So if they put in an attack as good as Scuzzle, and I might retire, I think.
Yours truly also seems to be really strong in certain modes, I guess. At least I get beaten a lot for some reason. This time also takes a beat start, I guess. Yes, killing that MG is so pointless. Just respawns at exactly the same place and, well, gets killed again, but who cares?
Yeah, it's a really weird spawn spot to be spawning like in almost medium range of two bases.
Yes, and so close to the center, I think it really comes down to being an MG at that spot.
Yeah. It's like 5v6 right now because of the MG always dies.
Well, yours truly, I guess, has two shotgunners spawning at the center, which of course doesn't really help. They can come from anywhere really fast. But well, so far it's still
I'm gonna
even.
look up what the previous two matches between these two were.
Oh yeah,
Because I can do that.
I could, but I'm too lazy. I've only got one screen.
I have two screens. Okay, so alright, Stamp ID won the two previous matches against yours truly.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
that means that yours truly drops down another spot in the yours truly has now lost 2 matches, so they're not near the top anymore. That means that after today, only Pechi and I are unbeaten, and then Botanium has 1 loss, and then everyone else has at least 2 losses.
Okay.
In red team, you and N2 have no losses. AI has 1 loss, and then everyone else has 2 or more. And in green team, Rainin and Elian have no losses. Provisor and Arden Dawn have 1 loss, and then everyone else has 2 or more.
Yeah, that's interesting as well, but well, I really expect Turn JP to come back with Team Web. Actually,
I expect the Turn JP to... Yeah, I expect the Turn JP to do a lot better, so...
Yes, and
they might miss out. Yeah.
they lost quite some matches already. Well, let's see. We are not halfway through. Meanwhile, this is a really close match so far. Oh no, where do those shotgunners leave early? Yes, finish your job and then capture. Oh no, I don't like those 2 machine guns leaving the central base. Well, this is looking really good for Stinted. 3 bots on bases and being active.
It's a close match, but it's a nice win from Stampede, especially against yours truly, because we know how strong they are.
Well, usually Stampede isn't a bad player either. But,
no.
Well,
also, Pidgey said in the chat, yours truly got screwed by the deployment here, I reckon. And I think that's correct. I think having shotguns spawn closer is better than... But then it was already 2-0 when this match happened, so it would not matter there.
That's the point, but yeah, I think it's really important thing that the machine gun spawned right at the center of the map. That's so much time you otherwise have to walk.
Yeah. It also means that if the match could have gone very differently depending.
Okay, Mega starts off with a move towards all bots, it seems. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I think it's all enemy bots that it does.
I'm pretty,
was looking
sure the point was somewhere in between all bots. Like...
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But it was closer to the enemy than to the allies, so I don't quite know what the node is exactly, but it's something like that.
Maybe
I think I like that. In if it's 8v8, I think I like that node. All snipers, yeah. I still haven't found a good way to deal with snipers in elimination.
But we see Revenge's match here. Talked about it earlier, I guess, no? And well, yesterday I've seen some really strong stuff by Revenge.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, he sent me the same AI, but I crushed it, so I don't know. Yeah, This
isn't looking that strong either at this point, I guess, right? It's, well...
I think this is the old... I think he said this is the old one still, but I'm not sure.
Oh, that might be the case. Since this... Well, I guess Revenge is in an advantageous position, but not really close to winning so far.
I'm not sure how it works, his AI, because against me it just folds up and dies, but I know that it wins against you and other good players. Will you guys want to rewatch today's upsets? Do we want to watch the upsets too? I mean, I commented on all of them because I just realized that I started commenting like the third game or something.
Oh my god, this is like
I commented
6 hours or something. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think so. I think I've been commenting for 5 or 6 hours.
Okay, so
I blame I blame Amiga.
Go for the upsets as well. Not enough.
I
So
guess
far.
it's fair. I will leave at the final match so I can say I didn't watch the final.
Oh. And this is interesting. Just as I was about to say that Revenge looking strong, already walling them, he lost the random bot for some reason.
Yeah, just very slight mistake. Yeah. I guess that's game over because I don't see Amiga beating Revenge here, right?
Well, if he somehow keeps on pushing while being outnumbered.
GFX says, so that's a no. No, GFX, we want to see the upsets. Amiga is really addicted to all of these streams. I love it. I think Amiga has watched like half of the streams or like more.
This is interesting. Somehow Amiga is getting pushed back. It seems, right? There can still weird things happen.
I mean, Amiga is against the wall and losing, right? So it should be just Revenge winning. Oh,
no!
Almost lost the shot. Almost lost.
He's up against the wall and winning. Amiga took the kill.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yes, one bot ahead.
So that's
somehow getting pushed back, and this is.
Oh my god!
Weird.
I want to see. I bet if you fast forward the rest of this match, like I think, like 1 minute or something after the time, Revenge will win this, right?
It looks like it, but not this time. But got really close. Well, okay.
Super close. I think Revenge was a bit upset that he lost 3-0 to Amiga today.
Maybe.
Emerald Sketchful versus Mongotron. This is gonna be a close one, I guess.
And this is the first time I see that Assault Death Ball actually gathering and not getting caught in the middle of the map or something.
Yeah.
Let's see if it works.
I think Emerald Sketch has a dead ball type of AI. Yeah. But it sort of got caught in a pincer now, right? Like a 90-degree one.
Yeah,
which isn't ideal.
But not that deadly also, I guess.
Ooh, Mongotron is losing the assault bot at the bottom there a bit though. Maybe there's some dead ball going on with a lot of focusing strategies, which might be trouble for Mongotron here. Yeah, see?
Dangerous, yes.
Yeah. I think this is a very dangerous situation for Mongotron if Emerald Sketch keeps pushing the same bots.
Yeah, if he keeps pushing, I think Emerald will end up in a really bad situation. But if if there any kill happen, that would be a different story. Oh, but now Emerald is taking. Oh, never mind. Emerald is taking some HP damage, but kills off the bot.
Yeah, I think Emerald got this because there's just Mongotron doesn't have the retreat to win this. Then again, like it could collapse really quickly for Emerald Sketch if some bots die.
Yes, but now it's looking really good. Now they're
just a really solid just a really solid focus fire strategy. What I'm missing from Emerald Sketch is that it's just not aggressive enough. If you're gonna do a focus fire strategy like this, I feel like you have to be a little bit more pushy. I think it will lose against the higher level players because it's not aggressive enough.
And also, the gathering also bites him, I guess. In a lot of games I've seen.
It might, yeah. I like the skins though. The gray looks nice. See, in this situation, as a focus fire AI, you should just be way more aggressive because it's 8v4. Why shoot long range?
Yeah, but on the other hand, if you base your pushing potential on the scoring, I guess you also could claim
I don't base it on the scoring. I just do what Smart does, where I base it on allies in range versus enemies in range.
Yeah, that's of course very important, but well, now that it's 04 or 05, whatever, you also could claim that, well, why should you take risks at this point? Just push however slow you want.
I've been thinking about that, where I don't know what the point is, because again, it's really hard to detect like groups of enemies. So you might be outnumbered and not realizing it and stuff like that and still lose. So yeah. But there's some points where you can probably say, I'm gonna play it safe, just to win.
Yeah, I would say.
But that's boring.
That's a big point, of course. But also, I think you should detect if you outnumber the enemy currently, like what you just said, enemies in range. It's really important to push aggressively if you're ahead that way, and if you can estimate that correctly, you have a really big advantage. But looking at the overall score doesn't make much sense, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's less important.
It's like implementing strategies if you are on all bases, if you have all bases on domination. Yes, of course, you want to do something then, but on the other hand, if you got every base, it's quite okay for now. Okay, here we can see 2 exposed snipers. High code might do short work. No, I don't think it's enough.
iCode is moving in nicely though. I like the aggression. Both of them actually have a really nice push going, so...
Yeah, but David is getting it done any second? Yes.
No, that's iCode that did it.
Oh, my mistake, I'm sorry. Well, there was a machine gun in trouble, but other than that, David is really pincered now, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, iCode lost.
David is also killing off the...
everyone is pincering everybody else currently.
Yeah.
iCode lost another bot, and that next assault is...
I think David...
Yes, I think you're right.
Wins this, yeah. That was really messy. And that's also when people say I don't wanna flee when I'm up against the wall. Like, I mean, it gets messy. I think you just will always want to flee and then just pray there's room to flee.
Yeah, I worked with a lot of things, and in the end I end up with just flee, and if you're back against the wall, well, just flee further.
I think you can detect it though, like, I haven't done the math, but I think you can actually detect if your movement vector is towards the wall or parallel to it. But I'd have to do a bunch of math. Figure it out. GFX is saying thanks to everybody who commented, and I agree. Both stream comments and...
Well, I hope it won't be like the last time. Like rewatching the stream and, oh, that's cool with commentary, hooray. Oh, that stupid German guy, stop talking please and let the other guy speak. Like the one you can understand, but
I have a massive ego, so I'm good. It's not true. I'm actually I don't have a big ego, but I have like I've always enjoyed being the center of attention a bit, I guess. I'm a bit of a diva. I like the German guy, by the way. I don't know who he is, but I like the German guy.
which German guy?
I think his name is Herr Specht.
Yeah, I heard of him.
Okay. We have to watch the upsets.
They're coming now?
I think so. I should. Is there anything interesting that we have to say about the rankings? I think we said most of it, right?
I guess so. Just looking at all those results. Yeah,
Who do you think will be the top 3 of your team?
Of my team? Well, before the tournament started, I was surely expecting Turn JP over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I better look up the stats page before I say anything else.
I think GFX is saying we have to shut up for a few seconds so he can restart the stream. Go ahead, GFX. I think he doesn't want to restart it while we're talking. So we have to be quiet for a bit. No, please continue your analysis. Okay, we have to continue talking now. He can't make up his mind. Yeah, so Turn JP, maybe, yeah. I was expecting him to do better than he did, honestly.
Yes, I really did so as well.
So yourself, did you expect N2 to be there? Because he wasn't that good when the tournament started, right?
No, I think he just had an elimination eye when the tournament started, right?
Yeah.
I think on day 1 I watched a match where his domination AI, I think half of the bots weren't moving at all and they were all wonky and doing weird stuff.
Yeah. Isn't Kasif also in your team? I think Kasif is also in your team, right? I was expecting Kasif to do a little bit better.
No way. I actually can't find Kasif.
Let me watch. I'll grab the... okay, so let's grab red team first. I think Kasif is blue team. Yeah, Kasif is blue team. So red team, so yourself and N2, AI is currently third, which makes sense, right? I was expecting AI to do really strongly anyway. Then One Life, I was expecting One Life to be just shy of the top 3 because One Life's AIs are a bit...
Yeah, well, thinking about basic. One Life, if I should count him in or not, I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough. And then Mons Pubis and Elven Monkey are doing... Mons Pubis is doing a lot better than I was expecting. That's a bit like N2. Yeah, and then Elven Monkey is doing a little bit worse than I was expecting. I was expecting Elven Monkey to to stay in the top 3, but it seems
Yeah.
like
Just
he
brought
didn't have
up
enough
the
time.
leaderboard. Well, it's 2 games,
Smuggler,
right?
I don't know. I don't know who Smuggler is, but Smuggler is actually only lost 2 games so far.
Yes.
So Smuggler could still be in the top 3 easily. So
Yeah, but
interesting.
I still would claim there are a lot of games to be played, and Elven Monkey doing that bad, well, losing 2 games can happen, but well, let's see.
The thing is that the thing that people don't realize is that they say, "Oh, Herspecht and myself, like we're so strong, but we get all the weak players because of how the matchups work." Like we start from the worst player to the best player. So the five last days will be brutal for us.
Yeah, I'm actually really happy that I'm, well, still without loss against all those weak players. I really feared that I would just give away some games because of random maps and random strategies, and I tend to lose a lot of.
I almost lost to Mirror because they do happen to be a lot stronger than their rating suggests. So
yeah, also, well, especially in modes like, well, especially in collection, I just randomly lose some maps to any player. I guess it just happens. So I'm really happy that it didn't happen yet.
Coin toss.
But well, all the big players are still to come, right?
Yeah. So in green team, Provisor seems to be Provisor is currently in the top 3, and I don't know who that person is, so that's a big upset for me. G-Trust doing worse than expected, but I was expecting him to do worse than expected. If that makes sense. Yeah. Then the rest is kind of what I expected. Like Nene and JBDB are close to the top. Arden Down is still pretty decent to the top. I was maybe expecting Bruno Grimaldi to do slightly better because he was on a roll before the tournament started, but it seems like it's still a bit early for Bruno to really push for the top. And then in blue team, well, Peggy is a big surprise, still unbeaten.
You're on blue team, right? Yes, of course. Yes, and I think he had some of those games, right? It's like NQ on my team. Okay, NQ and myself are both on 8 wins, but NQ had quite some names to fight already. Well, I didn't really.
Yeah, NQ beats AOI already and Turn JP already, and One Life.
Yes, and well,
and Viva 2, but I think Viva 2 has only 2 AIs deployed.
I think it's only 1. I'm pretty sure it's only 1.
Oh, could be. Anyway, so N2 just in the last 3 days, N2 beat One Life, AOI, and Turn JP. So yeah.
Yeah, and there is.
I don't think I could beat all 3 of those. So.
Well, I'm really shaky either, and well, let's see if I can somehow manage to come ahead of.
It's the same for Provisor, by the way. Provisor beats JBDB already. Provisor beat JKJK already. Provisor beat Nene already, but he did lose to Alien. So, and won against Common Pigeon, who is another decent player. And Provisor also won against Arden Dawn. So Provisor is currently in second place. Like he lost 1 match to Ilian, but he already beat Common Pigeon, Arden Dawn, JBDB, JKJK, and Nene. So the only really good players that he has to fight against coming up are Rainin and G-Trust.
Yeah, there might be a lot of mix-up on the last few days, maybe, that way, since...
Yeah. If Revenge keeps improving the way he does in Green Team, then Revenge might be stealing a few matches from the top players near the end, which might be not important for Revenge, but really important for the rankings. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I really have to improve things, I guess. Especially my
Yeah,
collection AI is just
I'm
completely reworked half of it yesterday.
I looked at my matchups with yours truly in ranked, and I have like a 10% chance of beating
Ouch.
him in a best of 3. So I don't know. Butanium, I have like a 60 or 70% chance of beating Butanium, which is like flipping 2 coins and hoping that they don't both end up tails. Because I do have a weirdly good matchup versus Botanium, but it's certainly not like 100%. It's like I lose a lot of matches versus Botanium.
Actually,
So yeah, I might be losing my last 4 or 5 games and not making the top 3. That's entirely possible.
I'm just thinking of the collection ladder currently. I guess number 1, the highest ranked ghost might be Milk Hunter currently. Is that correct? Let's see.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's Milk Hunter.
Oops.
You want to hear my last 6 matches? What my last 6 matches are?
Your last?
My last 6. My last 6 matches are first Botanium, then Cassif, then Fate, then Stamp ID, then yours truly, and then Peggy. I mean,
well, sounds strong.
I don't think I can win against any of those. So maybe against Cassif. Maybe, yeah, Fate I should be able to win, and then the other 5, I don't know. 1, 2. What could GFX says? What could go wrong? Yeah, I think GFX kind of set up the matches in a drama order, maximum drama.
Maybe. Just trying to investigate a little bit. Well, elimination. Oh, okay. Elimination, there's Rainin, and domination, there's Rainin as well. So only in collection, Milk Hunter has ghosts higher than the top ranked player. I guess I have to do something about that.
Rainin made a tweet where he said that he accidentally deployed his best collection AI. So the ghost is out there now, but I don't think it has gotten any games yet. So let's see. Yeah, no. There is a Rainin AI at 1242 ranking, with which is good AI, but it hasn't gotten any games.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So yeah, I'll
play more games.
So yeah, but somebody in that range played a lot, and it seems like there's a bunch of Rainin ghosts around that range, and they keep meeting the other ghosts. So we might not ever see it rise.
One time, I'm sure it will. It definitely.
Yeah, it just has to win
or get deleted.
Nope. Okay, I guess we're ready for GFX to turn on the upset matches.
Oh, wait.
Though I'm going to take a quick bathroom break while he does.
All right.